So students, so far what we have understood is that the addiction is the habitual or physiological or psychological dependence on any substance or dependence on any practice by a person, and then slowly it becomes that this dependence on a practice or the substance goes out of control of the, or you can say the voluntary control of the person. So that means no more control is left on the person to control these activities or to control these substances. So a person who is habituated to a substance or habituated to a practice, it's called as a addict person, and such persons generally become harmful to the society, to the family also, and sometimes they start harming themselves also if the substances or practice they depend upon is not made available to them. Now medically, there are three types of addictions possible: tobacco addiction, alcohol addiction, and drugs addiction. So we will be following the same rule. First we will study about tobacco addiction, then we will be studying about alcohol addiction, a longer topic, and then drugs will be the longest topic here. And then there are causes of addiction also. The first very easy cause of addiction, which we all know, is the environment. The type of environment a person is exposed to make the person more prone to the dependence on drug, because once a person experiments the drug, then slowly he understands, because we have already learned that it gives a temporary pleasure or good feeling. So to get those good feelings once again, slowly the person starts consuming the drugs daily or the practices daily, and finally the body becomes habitual of such type of drugs. So it all depends upon the environment. That means if a person is exposed to such type of friend circle, otherwise the second reason, the problems in the family or some tension, some financial problems, such things are also one of the cause to lead a person towards the drugs or otherwise to alcohol and tobacco. And the second reason which science believe is the genetics also, because it runs through the genes. So it is very much common to see the drug addict parents may have similar type of young children getting born in the family, because they will be developing the same environmental conditions for them, so they pick up the similar type of condition. So genes and environment are two things which control the type of drug addiction a person may fall into. Now the first one to understand is the tobacco addiction. Now if you go through the NCERT explains it that smoking paves way to the hard drugs. So it talks about that smoking is just the initial step of drug addiction. After smoking, the person starts consuming the stronger drugs also. And tobacco has been used by human for more than 400 years. Tobacco is smoked, tobacco is chewed, tobacco is also snuffed or snorted. Tobacco contains large amount of chemical substances like nicotine. Nicotine is a strong alkaloid, and nicotine has a strong effect on adrenal gland, which causes the release of adrenaline and noradrenaline into the blood circulation, and both of them will raise the BP as well as the heartbeat rate also. Smoking is associated with increasing incidence of cancers of lung, even the urinary bladder, along with the throat. Plus we have learned in 11th class that smoking leads to emphysema, even bronchitis, even the CHD, which is also called as the coronary heart diseases. Not even that much, gastric ulcers also. So chewing of the tobacco or smoking of tobacco, it all leads to the cancer of the oral cavity. So, and then we have learned in these junior classes regarding carbon monoxide content increasing because of smoking, and this will cause lesser amount of oxygen to be carried by the body, because the hemoglobin bond with the carbon monoxide is a carboxy hemoglobin, almost an irreversible type of bond formation, and this causes oxygen deficiency in the body. So let's understand that what exactly tobacco is. So tobacco comes from the plant which is called as Nicotiana tabacum. The other species is Nicotiana rustica. This plant is from Solanaceae family, and it is a South American plant, and the mode of consumption or mode of use of this drug or tobacco is by smoking chewing as well as snuffing. Now the effect of the nicotine is that it is a strong alkaloid, so it will cause tranquility. This tranquility means the calmness. So the moment somebody experiments with the smoking, he or she feels calmness in the body. So this is the one of the reason that same calmness the person wants whenever he or she is in tension. So they will open and take out one more cigarette from the packet. But another reason is the effect of nicotine. It is a stimulant. So stimulant means it activates overall all the systems of the body. So the brain becomes more active, alertness increase, and the stimulant even causes adrenal gland to release adrenaline, which causes the increase in the blood pressure as well as increase in the heartbeat rate. So the overall performance alertness of a person becomes more after smoking. But remember, these effects are temporary. Long time effects are there, that there are side effects of the smoking. It causes smoking or the nicotine. It causes infertility in male, and it also causes the abnormal fetus development in a pregnant female if she smokes during the time of pregnancy. Because you have learned in the 3rd chapter regarding monstrous children getting born. So the nicotine is a teratogen. Teratogen are those compounds which causes change in the development or abnormal development of the child inside during pregnancy. Such compounds are called as teratogen. Now there is carbon monoxide as per the NCERT, which causes the formation of carboxyhemoglobin. Now once this carboxyhemoglobin is formed, this reduces the formation of oxyhemoglobin. That means the oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve, which you have learned in the 11th class, shift towards the left side, and this also causes polycythemia to a mild extent. And the carbon monoxide also damages the central nervous system. So these are the effects of the carbon monoxides.